Singer Habeeb Okikiola, also known as Portable, has been granted bail by a high court in Ifo, Ogun State, and is to be remanded at the Correctional Center pending fulfillment of his bail condition. The Ogun State Police Command had arraigned him earlier today on a 6-count charge bordering on assault. Recall that the police last Thursday stormed Portable's office and the singer had resisted arrest. He was subsequently taken into custody on Friday. Over the weekend, Force Public Relations Officer Muyiwa Adejobi said Portable has more than 6 charges to attend to, apart from resisting arrest and injuring a policeman. Mr. Adejobi earlier in a tweet revealed that the singer will be charged to court for beating up a guy in Ota, who filed a petition to CP Ogun, amongst other pending cases of assault on people and attacks. For more on this, our reporter in Ogun State, Kazim Olowe, joins me now on the news to bring us up to speed. Kazim, quickly talk to us. So what more do we know with regards to this matter, especially the bail conditions set by the court?
Well, thank you. I was just taken away a few minutes ago. Actually, his family, his relatives, they were trying to meet the bail condition before the presiding magistrate leave his seat, but I think they are unable to meet the bail conditions before they had to, take him away now. But looking at how the case actually went in here, the 5-count charge was actually splitted into 2. The first 2 has to do with attack and inflicting injury on a police officer, and the second one has to do with resisting of arrest of a police officer. That's the first one. And when the presiding magistrate has to rule on that, he said, okay, fine, it's a bailable offense, but 300,000 naira should be, it should be billed in the sum of 300,000 naira, and of course 2 surety, and the sureties must live within the jurisdiction of the court. That's the first one. And the second one has to do with the issue that concerns the petitioner, which actually led to his initial arrest. In the initial issue when the police had to visit him before the alleged assault came into place. So that very one, the magistrate said the matter is also bailable, and of course 500,000 should be paid, and of course 2 sureties in the life sum. So in total 800,000.
Kazim, are you there?
Of course, yes. Presently on 26. When you look at the environment of the court, this place was actually besieged by. Some of the supporters came in here in large numbers to show solidarity to support, and also the petitioner. Was also in court today. Now of April, one after another, and of course from there we'll know. But as we speak now, the order of the magistrate is that the suspect should be taken to Ilaro Correctional Service.
All right, our correspondent Kazim Olowe bringing us to speed with details with regards to Portable's arraignment in court earlier today. He is said to have been granted bail, but he has to meet bail conditions as it stands. Let's move on now with the news. An encouragement for state governors to support non-homogeneous settlers across the Federation is the message relayed by some key leaders of the Ohanaeze Ndigbo in Bayelsa State as they swore in new leadership to pilot the affairs of its youth wing in the state. Joseph Kunde has details.
Present at the inauguration ceremony of the new executive members of the Ohanaeze Ndigbo Youth Wing Bayelsa State Chapter are some national leaders of the socio-cultural group in Yenagoa. This was deemed necessary after the successful completion of the electoral process to usher in the new leadership across board.
That I will to the best of my ability.
At the swearing-in of new officials, they are advised to show good stewardship in the discharge of their duties.
They met all the electoral requirements in the in Ohanaeze Ndigbo Constitution, and that is why we are here as the national body to inaugurate them. We urge them to be diligent to ensure that they carry out their duties. They carry the Igbo youths in Bayelsa State along, bring them together and give them the leadership that is due them.
We are encouraging every other state to do like Bayelsa State. We are encouraging them to do the needful by supporting the non-natives, especially our people that are living in every other state. This is not called your state, it's called Nigeria. And Nigeria is for everybody, and everybody, you have the voting right to stay anywhere you are, doing businesses, doing everything to vote and play your civic responsibility. It's your role. In coming elections, we will do the needful and make sure the directive given to our followers will be taken, because they hear our voice and we hear their voice.
The new board promises inclusiveness and continuous consultations with the state government and other indigenous bodies.
I will make sure that I will work with the parent body. We will make sure I unite the Igbos. I make sure that Igbo and the host community are in good times. I will make sure I will use my office to unite the whole Igbos and make sure that I will work with the government of the day.
Whatever that happened to a child or a parent, the mother bears the pain very well. So me being the woman leader, I will carry everybody along, especially the men, the parent body, to hear the cry of the youth in Bayelsa State.
Joseph Kunde, TVC News, Yenagoa.
Talking health matters now, the need for girls and women to go for early cervical cancer screening was stressed at a cervical cancer prevention project for girls and women in Lagos. Senior correspondent Ivy Kanu has details.
Cervical cancer is the fourth most common cancer amongst women globally, with an over 600,000 new cases and over 300,000 deaths in 2020. About 90% of the new cases and deaths worldwide in 2020 occurred in low and middle-income countries. To this end, such gathering here in Lagos is important.
Something that could have been prevented, her ignorance made her die.
We also have making vaccines available for girls ages 9 to 26, encourage vaccinated women and girls to tell others to come for vaccination.
These are some of the ideas these groups drawn from across Nigeria intend to pitch at this for girls and women HPV project.
They self-test something, so it's something that when they come, they get to use it and then give it back to us. So we intend to send it to the University Teaching Hospital, where we have medical practitioners that can actually take this step forward to take it to the lab, conduct the test, and then get back to us on the result. Then when they get back to us, we'll get back to these women.
Is to go to each communities to make them aware of cervical cancer, because many people in the north don't know about cervical cancer, let's be sincere.
Awareness and orders were identified as some of the factors militating against the prevention of cervical cancer in Nigeria.
People, when they have cervical cancer or discharge or bleeding, which is the early symptoms and signs, they don't believe it's cancer. They think it's sexually transmitted disease or witchcraft. And this is very common sexually transmitted infection that has no symptoms or sign until it gets to the advanced stage when it causes cancer. So they need to know what should they do. It's 100% preventable.
We received 525 entries across the whole country. Shortlisted 15 teams. We are now deciding for the top 7 ideas. The idea that works well is what we are now going to now take up to the 30 local governments across the country.
The program is put together by Nigerian Institute of Medical Research, Yaba, supported by the National Cancer Control Program of the Federal Ministry of Health, and in collaboration with St. Louis University and the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill in the United States. Ivy Kanu, TVC News, Lagos.